probably heard the word diabetes. In fact, we all probably know someone with diabetes. 10% of the US population has diabetes, but only 1% of that 10 is type 1. Today I'm going to talk about what type 1 is, how it's treated, and what the difference is between type 1 and type 2. The clinical name is diabetes mellitus, which diabetes is rooted from a Greek word meaning pass through, while mellitus is a Latin word meaning sweet or sugar. But to pass through sugar, what does that mean? We'll come back to that. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. An autoimmune disease is when the body's own immune system attacks itself. In this case, with type 1 diabetes, the body's immune system attacks the pancreas, destroying insulin-producing islet cells. But what's insulin? Insulin is a hormone that helps deliver glucose to the cells. I'll explain what glucose is. Glucose is a carbohydrate, is what is created when the body breaks down a carbohydrate for energy. Anyways, so insulin delivers glucose to the cells for energy. So without these insulin-producing islet cells, the body has no insulin, therefore the body can't absorb the glucose for energy, or the cells can't absorb the glucose for energy. This can lead to high glucose in the blood. It can lead to ketones in the blood, which we'll explain here in just a second. But when there's no insulin, the cells can't get the food, glucose, and they begin to starve. The body begins to go into emergency mode and begins to break down fat, which leads to ketones in the blood. Ketones are an acid that are created from a byproduct from the fat being metabolized. Ketones are very acidic. They can rise the pH in the blood and can lead to coma, brain swelling, death. And this is why ketones are dangerous. We'll come back to that too. So anyways, with the high glucose and the cells not being able to absorb the glucose, they need to start breaking down body fat. They break down the body fat for energy. This leads to rapid weight loss, and it's very fast, and they lose a lot of weight very fast. We've all probably heard about the keto diet, which is when the people that are on the keto diet don't eat any carbohydrates, and they are living off of fat and protein. And without the carbohydrates, the body begins to break down body fat for energy for the cells to prevent cell death. A second symptom of type 1 diabetes is peeing a lot. People will sometimes wake up 10 to 20 times just in one night to go pee. The reason that the body is trying to clear so much is because of the sugar, which brings us back to the diabetes mellitus, which means the body is trying to pass the sugar because the blood sugar is so high. They are peeing so much to get rid of the sugar and the ketones. And this is very... Anyways, so the body is trying to pass through sugar and the ketones. Ketones are dangerous, can raise the pH in the blood, can lead to coma, brain swelling, death. And in fact, it can raise your pH in your blood so much that it is equivalent to acetone flowing through your body. A main difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes is type 1s can eat whatever they want. They just have to know how many carbohydrates is in a food. This leads us to our treatment options, which is insulin injections and glucometers, which will check how much glucose is in your blood. Typically, people with type 2 diabetes are on a very strict diet. They can't eat whatever they want. They're typically told that they need to work out, they need to eat better foods. But people with type 1 diabetes, there's no workout, there's no food you can eat, there is no there's nothing you can do to get rid of the type 1 diabetes. It is a lifelong disease, but there are treatment options, which include insulin injections. And a lot of people use a glucometer to test their blood sugar, but they have now come out with new technology that there's a device that sits on your skin and will continuously check your glucose for you. So you don't have to prick your finger every few hours and everything like that. But this leads me to my conclusion. It is, as I said, it is lifelong, but with proper treatment and dedication, it can lead to a healthy and livable life. Thank you.